issue. Advisory Board Chairwoman Sandy Price, though, said she was disappointed in the board's decision to not spend about $2,700 for a digital subscription to the New York Times. Price particularly took issue with Commissioner Scott Carnahan's view that he agreed with Donald Trump that the New York Times is quote-unquote fake news and that he doesn't want the newspaper in Citrus County. Price said, quote, "Someone's personal political view does not have a place in deciding what library resources are available for the entire county. Libraries have to ensure all points of view are represented." End of quote. By the way, the county library already has a physical subscription to the New York Times, and it's available 7 days a week at 2 of their libraries and Sunday edition at 2 others. Which, by the way, the county pays $3,000 a year for the print subscription. Here's what Carnahan said, quote, "I don't want the New York Times in this county. I don't like them. It's fake news." And by the way, Carnahan stuck to his decision. Here's what he said when confronted by the Citrus County Chronicle, quote, "I'm open to a free press, not at the taxpayer's expense." End of quote. Boy, sounds just like Trump, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you need to cancel your subscriptions, Justice Department, FBI, IRS. You need to cancel your subscriptions to the Washington Post and the New York Times because I don't like what they're saying about me. They're fake news. That's censorship, folks. Better wake up. Better smell the brew. Oh, boy. And we should censor these views, but I had to get this story in, but we definitely need to play the appropriate music.
Hammer time.
Yeah, it's hammer time. It is time to drop the hammer on the douchebag of the week. Jack, this story did not come from The Onion. This is from Huffington Post, and apparently a lot of other outlets have been reporting on this. Jack, when I first saw this, I thought this was a joke, but it's not The Onion. This is real, folks. Alana Vagianos, writing for the Huffington Post. Rapper T.I. proudly admitted on a podcast that he takes his daughters to the gynecologist every year to ensure that she's still a virgin. I'm not making this up, folks. Matter of fact, I have the clip. You ready for this, Jack?
Yeah.
This is from the podcast Ladies Like Us. It's hosted by Nazanin Mandy and Nadia Moham. And the one couldn't believe this. The other one was laughing. The other one was kind of shocked. But they didn't confront him about this. This runs about 3.5 minutes, and we did have to bleep it a little bit. So take a listen, and we should warn you, if you have small children, they are talking about sex on this clip here. Take a listen.
So have you had the sex talk with your daughters?
Have I? We go.
Which, by the way, your daughters are so beautiful.
Yeah, so beautiful.
So,
Thank you so much.
I'm sure you have your hands full.
And like the other one's
absolutely.
18, so she definitely knows about sex.
See,
but
this
I'm
is
just
the thing.
It's Deja, right? She's 18,
yes,
right?
Deja's 18, just graduated high school now, and she's attending her first year of college, figuring it out for herself. And yes, not only have we had the conversation, we have yearly trips to the gynecologist to check her height.
Oh, okay.
I'm done with you right now.
So, you know.
Do you go with her?
She's a prisoner.
Yes, I go with her.
You go with her?
Somebody check on Deja.
I go with her.
She's a prisoner.
So let me tell you, right? So this is one time we go. I think this might have been after her 16th birthday. And this is what we do. Like, you know, right after the birthday, we celebrate. And,
we go and check her hymen after.
And then,
what the
you know, usually like the day after the party, she's enjoying her gifts. I put a sticky note on the door. Gyno. Tomorrow, 9:30.
Oh, this is great.
And so look, right? So we'll go. You know what I mean? We'll go and we'll sit down, and then the doctor will come and talk. And you know, the doctor's maintaining a high level of professionalism. Mm-hmm. He's like, well, you know, sir, I have to in order for me to share information, I say, Deja, they want you to sign this. They want you to sign
this right now. I need to know if your hymen's still there.
So we can share information. Is there anything that you would not want me to know? Oh, okay. See, Doc, ain't no problem.
You are the worst.
And so then, right? Then they come and say, okay, well, I just want you to know that there are other ways besides sex that the hymen can be broken.
Right.
Like bike riding.
Really?
Athletics, horseback riding.
That's aggressive. That is aggressive writing.
Just other forms of athletic physical activity.
Is she an athlete?
No.
Oh, there you go.
You're like, sorry, doctor, that's not a possibility.
I say, look, Doc.
She's not.
She don't ride no horses. She don't ride no bikes. She don't play no sports, man. Just check the hymen, please, and give me back my results.
Oh, dude.
Expeditiously.
Expeditiously.
But I will say, as of her 18th birthday, her hymen is still intact.
Deja, you are an angel.
You know what you're doing? You're creating men to be vultures because they're like, a virgin.
That's all right. I'll tell you another story.
There's no virgins left.
I'll tell you another story.
What's a virgin?
Man, they're no fun. Who wants a virgin?
Well,
they're no fun. Who wants a virgin?
Really? I'll agree with you.
Really? Who wants,
yes. They don't know.
All of that work?
There's some weird people out there that are
they'll pay for it.
Yeah, they will.
They'll pay for it.
For real.
Oh, boy. Where do we even start dissecting this verbal diarrhea, folks? First off, he coerces his daughter into signing HIPAA forms so that the doctor can share her medical information with him. Let me remind you, she's 18 years old, folks.
Unbelievable.
Secondly, those are his test results. He wants his test results expeditiously. Then goes on to say, who wants a virgin? Virgins are no fun. Wait a minute here. Oh, Jack, you're the father of 3 daughters.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever gone to the doctor and asked an OBGYN to check their hymen to make sure it's intact?
No, and it is such a ridiculous substitute for good parenting. I mean, really. We know legalism has crept into religion, and legalism now I guess it's into the lazy family foundation that we just heard on that show. This is not new. The puritanical precept that you have to thwart any sexual drive in your kids is not new. Remember the chastity belt, Darren?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let's just think about the chastity belt.
Yep.
How many, including Sonny and Cher, how many kids were named Chastity? Do you realize we're talking about the concept of pureness, white dress, right? I mean, really, this
is a different kind of purity we're talking about than what Barack Obama did when he started this show.
But that was a key Western civilization part of marriage and dating. You have to demonstrate to the world, not just a hymen test, that you wear the white dress down as a testament to the world that you didn't diddle around in the 8th grade. Now, I'm sorry, but that's part of our fabric right now. As extreme and idiotic as this guy is, you'd be surprised how many people are sitting there saying, yeah, why not? Let's keep these girls chaste. That's the bottom line. Let's do it. No matter what, it's good. When it is barbaric, it is indicative of fundamentalism, religious fundamentalism.
Mm-hmm.
You have a key to your daughter's chastity belt, and you'll be the one that relinquishes when and where to use it. Ungodly.
And that'll happen when the right guy with the right amount of money comes along to get the key. Sorry, that's how it was back in the good old days, and it's still happening in certain cultures around this world.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
We should let you know that Podcast One has taken down this episode, or the producers of the show have taken it down, one or the other. We don't know if it's the distributor or the producers. They have removed this episode from the lineup here.
Well, you'd think this guy's a dinosaur. Do you think he's a dinosaur, Darren? Do you think there's a few other dinosaurs rolling around in terrain out there? I do.
Yeah.
I can throw a stone at a building down the street that has a bunch of them sitting there right now. It's a church that would probably endorse this.
Oh, probably. And let me add that T.I., the rapper, has faced troubles in the past between going to prison for dealing drugs, attempting to buy 2 illegal machine guns because he's a felon and shouldn't have them in the first place. He's been in prison about 3 different times. He's facing problems with the IRS. This is the same guy that in 2015 said that he would never vote for a woman because they're irrational. You know, we get on Hillary Clinton for policies. If Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez could run for president tomorrow, I'd vote for her.
Darren, the white power system embedded in the white Christian church, has laid all of blames and ills of the world, particularly of the Western world, on women. They're the ones that succumbed to the temptation.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's, if you think that's in any way hyperbole, the psychologists of the United States have said it comes up constantly where the fundamentalist husband says, wait a second, we would have no sin in the world if it wasn't my wife because she's a female. How do you work in that kind of world in a marriage?
We wouldn't have women if it wasn't for God taking one of Adam's ribs out. Give me a break.
And where, by the way, speaking of white power systems, where's the steel-capped acorn lid that we're going to put on the mail with a key? Could we make one of those? Could we get a 17th century cobbler to whip up a penis cap with a key? Ain't gonna happen, right?
Of course not. Not in this male-dominated society. It'll never happen.
I sat in Elma College, 1971, and the professors had us read a book called "The King Must Die." And in this book, this Greek king just exploits women across the world, right? Mm-hmm. And the question was asked, "Is this okay for males?" That was in 71.
Wow. So to rapper T.I. for taking his 18-year-old daughter to the gynecologist after her birthday to check her hymen, we have this message for you.
Don't be a douchebag.
Yeah, that's right. You need to be a better father and stop being a douchebag.
Right.
You know,
give him a new nickname.
Do we check men for their virginity?
Buster Hyman.
Oh, jeez. Let's not go there, please.
I mean, seriously, though.
Oh, my God.
This guy is the king of his daughter's hymen.
He pretty much is, or he wants to be, and that's really creepy, Jack.
It's indicative, I'm telling you.
It's indicative. The only word I have for it is creepy.
Yeah,
it makes me wonder if there's something going, if he's got a Trump fetish, like Trump has a
that
fetish
goes
for
to the
Ivanka.
territory, Darren.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're onto it now.
I'm just going to leave that there because guess what? That music means we are out of time for this week. We'll be back next week. I'm Darren Gibson.
I'm Jack Prince.
For Kristen Cook, please support independent media and the First Amendment.
The stations that carry Southpaws do not necessarily share the opinions expressed on the show. Southpaws is protected by the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution and is copyrighted by Big D Entertainment. All rights reserved.